Hey y'all, how y'all doing today? I'm back with another video. As you can see, this video is a little bit special because of the title below. And today I'm just going to be discussing about the witch cult. As you all can see below, like I said before, the title below. Today is going to be a discussion series, episode 1. The reason I decided to start a discussion series because ReZero is one of those animes that can go to 1 to 100 real quick, like really quick. And reason I'm doing this is because there are these things called the 3 mysteries in ReZero, like 3 of the biggest topics in ReZero, and I'm doing a video portraying to the second mystery, which is about Al. If you don't know, I think that's one of Priscilla's knight, Al. And I'm doing the video because I'm doing this video first about the witch cult because there's 10 other videos after this as well, because I want to discuss things that are related to these videos so you can understand ahead of time. So when I made the main video, which is be who is Al, or what is Al in ReZero, and how he can probably be one of the main villains in ReZero, or could probably be one of the most frigged up plot twists, if anything, in ReZero, that if the author decided to be that way. And the reason I'm doing this because I just want you guys to be entertained, just sharing my thoughts about Al and those other things. But before that, I just need to explain a couple things. So as you can see, today's video, ReZero discussion series, episode 1, the witch cult. And I'm going to be explaining about the witch cult first. Then after I explain about the witch cult, on the other videos that's coming up, is going to be things like about Pandora and Subaru, and explain those characters first before everything else. And so yeah, and if you do enjoy the series, just comment below. I don't mind continuing to make even more series about Satella, if anything. So first off, let's get started. So here we go. And please do enjoy. Leave a like and a comment below. Tell me what you think, and subscribe. Click that notification bell so you can stay in tune for more videos for the future. I hope you guys enjoy the series, and let's start the video. So let's start off on knowing what the witch cult is. So the witch cult is exactly as what it sounds like, a witch cult. It's like the Yakuza or the underground for the ReZero world, only cause a million times more serious, scarier, and more powerfuler than the one on Earth or Subaru originally came from. So now, moving on to this witch cult. So what does this witch cult worship? Well, like I said, it's in the name. They worship witches. So now normally you would think a cult would be worshipping some form of demons, or evil god. I mean, it can be anything, hentai, or an object, or anything they considered a god. But no, this cult worships something totally unexpected. Yes, in the name states, witches, and not just any witch. One specific witch, which is called the Witch of Envy, Satella, who destroyed the world 400 years ago. So to understand Satella, let's go back in time a little and repeat history for the video's sake. So 400 years ago, Satella tried to absorb an envy witch factor, but sadly for her, she wasn't compatible with the witch factor. So I guess, don't believe this, don't take this seriously, I'm just saying something. So I guess her mind or her body tried to create a frigged up immune system for her body, or a frigged up immune system that eventually made her body compatible with the factor by making 2 complete different personalities. Normally these 2 personalities would fight each other to take control. As you can see in Art 4, the Witch of Envy, one time Subaru tried to attack, one time Satella tried to attack Subaru, and the Witch of Envy, I just call it Witch of Envy, and they got Satella. So the Witch of Envy ended up killing Garfield in one of those loops. I'm not going to say anymore, that could be for another video later. So there's a witch of envy and there's Satella, right? And stated by Echidana, Satella went berserk and destroyed half of the world. And around this time, the witch cult was made by God knows who, but no one really knows yet. But many claim it might be Pandora, or might be made by Pandora. Or, if you don't know, Pandora is the witch of Vainglory, but that is still, but the fact that how Pandora made the witch cult isn't really confirmed as yet. So yeah, then so the closest to a purpose of what the witch cult want to achieve is to resurrect Satella, the witch of envy. How do they plan to do it? I don't know, since Satella is locked up in a shrine, being protected by the sage assistant, Shala. And even if Satella can be resurrected by some outside interference, what do they expect and they want from Satella? That is what I want to know. So even if they do resurrect Satella, what do they even want? That's like one of my main questions as of right now. But I do believe they're up to no good. Like, they probably want Satella to destroy the world again. That's probably the main reason why they want to resurrect Satella. But none of this confirmed. This is just a theory of mine. Maybe they want to destroy the world like 400 years ago, and I'm not really sure. So don't take that too seriously. Tell me what you think in the comments why they want to resurrect Satella. And so these people, right, the witch cult, they're considered so dangerous, right, that if they're to be spotted, right, they should be killed on spot according to the world's law set up by royalty themselves. So normally when a member of the witch cult get caught, they have these things called mana stone that are implanted in their body so they can commit suicide, which let out poison and kill them so they can avoid leaking out any information about the cult. And each members also possess these things called gospel that tells their future, and all they can read it. It is similar to Echidana's memory of the world and Roswell and Beatrice's incomplete memory of the world, but of course all of the other gospel fail in comparison to Echidana's memory of the world, since humans or other species, because you know ReZero is one of those worlds have diverse species like beastmen, demons, dragon people, furries, or whatever. I love furries. Anyways, so all of those witch members, those witch cult members, gospel fail in comparison to the witch of greed, Echidana, since Echidana gospel holds every memory the world has to offer, or so she says. So while their gospels just predicts the future, Echidana's gospel is like the god of gospels. Now I'm just going to discuss one more thing about the cult before I end off today's video. So lastly, it is the hierarchy of the cult. So basically they have the minor members, which are these guys. I'm just going to left them there so you can see it. And then they also have the important ones, such as these guys here, which are known as the sin archbishops, all representing their respectful sin, such as so guys, please don't kill me if I get their names wrong. Some of these guys' names are like tongue rape. Their names are so hard to pronounce sometimes. So the first one is Lei Bantinkedos of Gourmet Eden, Roy Alfard of Bizarre Eden, and Louis Arneb of Satitation. All these trees are like a 3-in-1. You buy one, you get the full tree. All of them represent gluttony. They're like practically just 3 people cram out into one body. So the other one is Cyrus, representing rat. Then there's Capella Emerata Longanica, representing lust. Petiglus Romani Conti, representing slut. This Regalis Corneus, representing Regulus, right? Regalius, yeah. Regalius Corneus, representing greed. Stride Volchia, representing pride, but this seat is vacant at the moment, since Strahd was killed by the evil dragon Valgren. So many ReZero's expert, and it was also said in the anime that Subaru might be Pride. It's not really confirmed, and this is just a theory of mine. I think Subaru might be Envy, because Envy doesn't exist in the world, because they obviously worship the Witch of Envy, and Subaru got his return by Envy. So I do think that might be this generation in this ReZero world current time right now, a 30 of Envy, right? Then that's my theory. Then there's also the witches now, like Pandora, which is the witch of Vainglory. And yeah, that's probably all of them. I didn't mention Hector, because Hector is doing his own thing right now in the world, and somewhere else. Hector is the warlock of Melancholy, and he's unknown. Like, but only person I could probably say that is in the Emilia camp that probably know Melancholy or have taught Melancholy is Puck. Then of course the last person is their god Satella, but I don't know, like I said, if maybe Satella created the cult, Pandora created the cult, or somebody else probably, we all know this in the last chapter, created the cult. And even Satella did create the cult. I thought it was Satella is probably the other half of it, which is the Witch of Envy. So yeah, and that brings me to the end of the video. And so please do leave a like, comment what you thought. And I'm actually doing this right now, so I'm going to give a shout out to somebody at the end of every video. And let's give a shout out to the person who watched my videos most. So this shout out goes to I can't see it. Okay, here it is. Yeah, so this shout out goes to Zed. How you doing, my man? Congratulations. I hope you're doing fine, Zed. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Please do tell me what you think. And retro out.